Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel of Indian Astrology. Today we will discuss about Sun planet of the horoscope, but before that, we will cover some basic information about the entire horoscope. I will be teaching you in YouTube channel of Indian Astrology from the basics to advanced levels. First, it's important to know that the horoscope has 12 houses, 12 zodiac signs, and 9 planets, but 2 of these planets are considered shadow planets. First, we will learn about the 12 houses of the horoscope and where they are located in the birth chart. First, the first house comes here. Then the second house comes here. After that, the third house comes here. And then the fourth house comes here. Later, the fifth house comes here. Then the sixth house comes here. After that, the seventh house comes here. And then the eighth house comes here. Later, the ninth house comes here. Then the 10th house comes here. After that, the 11th house comes here. And finally, the 12th house comes here. The 12 houses are always fixed. That means the 12 houses never change. Now we will learn about the 12 zodiac signs. The positions of these 12 signs and 9 planets in the 12 houses of the horoscope will be changed depending on the person's date of birth, place of birth, and exact time of birth. Now we know the names of all 12 zodiac signs. And we know the numbers assigned to each of those signs. Aries is number 1. Taurus is number 2. Gemini is number 3. Cancer is number 4. Leo is number 5. Virgo is number 6. Libra is number 7. Scorpio is number 8. Sagittarius is number 9. Capricorn is number 10. Aquarius is number 11. And Pisces is number 12. The names of the 9 planets are Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. Among these, Rahu and Ketu are called shadow planets. The zodiac signs and planets are connected to each other by numbers. This is referred to as the ruling planet of the zodiac sign. Out of the 9 planets, 7 are assigned ownership of the zodiac signs. Rahu and Ketu are not assigned physical signs. The Sun is assigned to only one zodiac sign, which is Leo, and the zodiac sign number for Leo is 5. The Moon is assigned only one zodiac sign, which is Cancer, and the ruling planet number for Cancer is 4. The planet Mars is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Aries and Scorpio. The zodiac sign number for Aries is 1, and the zodiac sign number for Scorpio is 8. The planet Mercury is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Gemini and Virgo. The zodiac sign number for Gemini is 3, and the zodiac sign number for Virgo is 6. The planet Jupiter has been assigned 2 zodiac signs, which are Sagittarius and Pisces. The zodiac sign number for Sagittarius is 9 and the zodiac sign number for Pisces is 12. The planet Venus is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. The zodiac sign number for Taurus is 2, and the zodiac sign number for Libra is 7. The planet Saturn is assigned 2 zodiac signs, Capricorn and Aquarius. The zodiac sign number for Capricorn is 10, and the zodiac sign number for Aquarius is 11. Each house, sign, and planet in a horoscope has its own unique characteristics. By studying and combining all these characteristics, we can predict the future of any individual. From an astronomical perspective, the Sun is a star. However, in astrology, it is accorded the same level of immense significance as the planets. In astrology, the Sun represents your true nature and your soul. The Sun signifies your self-confidence, your identity, your life's purpose, your willpower, and your leadership abilities. The Sun is regarded as the central force of your life. Your Sun sign corresponds to the zodiac sign in which the Sun was positioned at the exact moment of your birth. This is the sign that people commonly refer to simply as your zodiac sign. The specific house occupied by the Sun in your birth chart reveals the particular sphere of life, such as career, family, or relationships, in which you manifest your energy and identity. In Vedic astrology, the Sun is revered as the sun god, and is considered the significator of the soul, the father, authority, the government, honor, and power. If the Sun is strong, it bestows self-confidence, leadership qualities, and success upon the native. If the Sun is weak, it causes self-doubt and difficulty in decision-making for the native. The Sun represents your soul and your true identity. It reveals who you are on the inside and what constitutes your true nature. The Sun endows an individual with self-confidence, courage, and leadership abilities. The Sun is the symbol of the king. Therefore, it signifies leadership potential, administrative authority, and influence over others. We derive our vital life force from the Sun. It influences your health, stamina, and overall vitality. The Sun reveals your primary life purpose. It indicates what you aspire to become in life and the direction in which you will proceed. According to Vedic astrology, the Sun is the significator of the father. The Sun represents your honor, prestige, and social standing. The Sun also signifies the ego. We will now explain the influence of the Sun across all the zodiac signs. In astrology, when the Sun is positioned in the sign of Aries, it is considered a highly powerful, exalted state. Aries is a fire sign ruled by Mars, symbolizing energy, courage, and new beginnings. When the Sun enters this sign, its power is further amplified. Such individuals are highly confident, they possess strong self-belief and are unafraid to take risks. These individuals are natural-born leaders, they enjoy guiding others and are quick decision-makers. Such people are extremely energetic and active, they infuse every task with zeal and passion, and they are always at the forefront of initiating new ventures. At times, these individuals may be prone to anger or impulsiveness, and they may make decisions without proper deliberation. Such individuals tend to be very clear and focused regarding their goals. They are the kind of people who never give up. The native is likely to possess high self-confidence and a strong personality. The native has a strong potential to attain leadership roles in their career. The native may derive benefits from the government sector or from positions of authority. There are indications that the native will attain fame and public recognition. The native is endowed with high physical energy and excellent vitality. Taurus is a fixed earth sign ruled by Venus. Here, the Sun is positioned in the sign of an adversary planet, since the Sun and Venus are considered mutually antagonistic, resulting in a mixed influence. Such individuals are calm, steady, and patient. They do not rush into making decisions and prioritize security and stability in life. The sign of Taurus is associated with wealth, assets, and opulence. Therefore, when the Sun is placed here, the individual possesses a strong desire to earn money and appreciates a refined lifestyle. The Sun is the significator of the soul and the ego. In Taurus, this placement can make the individual self-respecting, though potentially a bit stubborn as well. Under the influence of Venus, the native may develop an interest in music, art, and fashion, along with an attraction toward beautiful objects. This placement grants the native a stable career and brings success gradually over time. It instills in the native the capacity to become financially strong and secure. The native possesses a trustworthy and responsible personality. It generates within the native the inner strength to navigate through life with patience and perseverance. When the Sun is in Taurus, fields such as banking, finance, art, music, film, real estate, fashion, and the luxury industry prove to be favorable career paths. With the Sun positioned in Taurus, the native prefers stable and long-lasting relationships. The native expects loyalty from their partner. However, they may occasionally exhibit possessive tendencies. Gemini is an air sign ruled by Mercury. When the Sun enters this sign, it enhances the individual's intelligence, communication skills, and curiosity. The individual is highly astute and possesses a sharp, quick-witted mind. The individual demonstrates a keen interest in learning and comprehending new things. The individual is adept at conversation and networking. Such individuals excel in speaking, writing, and articulating their thoughts clearly. They possess the ability to multitask effectively, balancing various aspects of life such as studies, business, and social engagements. They acquire new skills very quickly, particularly those related to languages and technology. They mingle easily with others and build an extensive social network. Individuals with the Sun in Gemini excel in fields such as journalism, writing, marketing, sales, teaching, training, media, and communication. They captivate others through their conversation. They seek an intellectual connection with their partners and may get bored easily, making it essential to maintain novelty within their relationships. The presence of the Sun in the Cancer zodiac sign indicates that the individual is emotional, sensitive, and family-centric. Cancer is a water sign ruled by the Moon. Therefore, the union of the Sun representing the ego and soul, and the Moon representing the mind and emotions in this placement creates a unique influence. The native is deeply emotional and sensitive. The native places great importance on family and relationships. They are quick to understand the emotions of others. They are inwardly strong but may appear somewhat reserved or hesitant on the outside. Such individuals are often highly protective of their loved ones. The native shares a deep bond with their family. The native desires to create a home environment that is both safe and comfortable. The mother plays a particularly significant role in the native's life. These individuals strive to make their home a safe space. Individuals with the Sun in Cancer tend to excel in fields such as counseling, psychology, education, real estate, the hospitality industry, and social work. They find success in areas where understanding emotions and caring for people are essential. Those with the Sun in Cancer possess strong intuition and a natural capacity to care for others. The native demonstrates remarkable emotional resilience, even during difficult times. In astrology, the placement of the Sun in the sign of Leo is considered highly powerful and auspicious, as the Sun itself is the ruling planet of Leo. This placement is referred to as the Sun in its own sign. When the Sun is positioned in Leo, it operates at the peak of its power and influence. This bestows upon the individual qualities of leadership, self-confidence, and dominance. Such individuals often play prominent roles within society. The individual possesses a natural aptitude for leadership. These individuals are adept at inspiring others. They are highly self-confident and fearless. They face even the most challenging situations with unwavering resolve. There is a high probability of attaining respect, honor, and fame within society. Since the Sun is the significator of the government, success may be achieved in government service, administration, or politics. Their personality is charismatic and impressive, and people are easily influenced by them. The native is self-reliant, self-respecting, and possesses leadership qualities. They are generous, though occasionally dominating, yet they remain steadfast in their principles. When the Sun is positioned in the sign of Virgo, the individual's personality becomes more practical, analytical, and detail-oriented. Virgo is an earth sign ruled by Mercury, therefore, the Sun's influence here centers on intellect, logic, and order. The Sun signifies the soul, self-confidence, and leadership. Thus, in Virgo, it renders the individual humble, service-oriented, and possessed of a meticulous mindset. Such individuals are perfectionists who pay close attention to minute details. There is a strong inclination toward order, discipline, and self-improvement in the individual's life. The native attains perfection in their ability to quickly comprehend and resolve problems. The native executes every task in a neat, organized, and precise manner. The native derives joy from helping others. The native possesses excellent management skills. The native is adept at managing an office, a business, or specific projects. The native is highly conscious of their health. The native pays close attention to diet, hygiene, and physical fitness. The native may achieve success and recognition in fields such as medicine, data analysis, accounting, finance, writing, editing, and research. The ruling planet of the Libra zodiac sign is Venus. The Sun is debilitated in its sign of debilitation here. The individual possesses a balanced mindset. The individual prioritizes justice and fairness when making decisions. The individual's life remains focused on relationships and partnerships. The native has a modest ego, though at times, their self-confidence may also be low. Such individuals know how to resolve problems through dialogue. They maintain good rapport with others. Due to the debilitated state of the Sun, self-esteem may be weak. The individual's confusion increases in their constant attempt to balance everything. Due to the debilitated Sun, the individual tends to rely more on others than on themselves. The native begins to neglect their own needs in an effort to please others. The individual can achieve success in fields such as law, diplomacy, fashion, the arts, and public relations. These individuals perform well in partnership-based businesses. Since the Sun is the significator of the soul, ego, and leadership, and it enters Scorpio, which is very a deep, mysterious, intense, and transformative sign, the individual's nature becomes very serious and deeply contemplative. Internally, they possess strong willpower and firm determination. They possess the capacity to understand things not merely at the surface level, but with profound depth. The individual tends to be somewhat mysterious and keeps their private life guarded. The ruling planet of Scorpio is Mars, the planet of energy, courage, and conflict. Therefore, the Sun's placement here endows the individual with inner strength, brings about significant transformations in life, and grants the resilience to endure even through difficult circumstances. Once such individuals set their minds on a goal, they do not rest until they have achieved it. Giving up is simply not in their nature. The native finds success in fields such as detective work, research, science, and psychology. They possess a unique aptitude for deciphering hidden or concealed matters. They maintain their mental strength even during the most challenging phases of life. The individual possesses an inherent ability to influence others. The individual harbors a strong desire to keep situations and circumstances under their own control. The native may pursue careers in fields such as the police force, the military, research, psychology, medicine, as a doctor or surgeon, or intelligence, secret services. The native tends to be cautious and strategic in matters concerning wealth. For the native, the possibility of experiencing sudden financial gains or losses exists equally. The placement of the Sun in the sign of Sagittarius indicates that the individual walks the path of truth and righteousness. The native seeks purpose and meaning in life. The native possesses a spiritual and philosophical mindset. The native possesses leadership capabilities, which are exercised in alignment with moral values. This placement renders the Sun's energy positive and expansive. The individual takes a keen interest in education, philosophy, and higher knowledge. The individual possesses the potential to become a teacher, mentor, or advisor. The native is of an optimistic and enthusiastic temperament. The native does not lose hope, even in difficult circumstances. The individual possesses the power to inspire others. The individual is likely to attain respect and prestige within society. The native's life holds the potential for foreign travel, new experiences, and exploration. There is a natural inclination toward growth and expansion in the native's life. The Sun in Sagittarius signifies religion, spirituality, ethics, higher education, philosophy, mentors, teachers, guides, law, justice, truth, and long-distance travel. The placement of the Sun in Sagittarius is considered a highly auspicious and powerful position. It shapes the individual into a knowledgeable, ethical, and inspiring leader. In astrology, the Sun is considered the significator of the soul, self-confidence, the father, leadership, and vitality. When the Sun is positioned in the sign of Capricorn, its influence is somewhat distinct and unique, as Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline, karma, and hard work. Capricorn is an earth element and cardinal sign. The Sun is considered to be in an inimical sign here because the Sun and Saturn share a mutual enmity. Consequently, the Sun does not operate at its full potency in this placement, yet it renders the individual practical and industrious. The individual is highly responsible and disciplined, taking their work with great seriousness. The native tends to make practical decisions rather than being swayed by emotions. The native remains grounded and down to earth. The native attains success in life gradually, yet permanently. The native places their faith in hard work rather than relying on shortcuts. The native is not a flashy leader. Instead, they possess the personality of a silent leader or a manager. The individual is career-oriented. That is, the native excels in fields such as government service, administration, management, and engineering. Having the Sun in Capricorn implies that the individual achieves success in life through diligence, patience, and discipline. While this placement may present difficulties during the early stages of life, it eventually bestows enduring success and respect. The native demonstrates exceptional dedication toward their work. The native gradually attains significant and long-term success. Stability enters the native's life. The native's stature and respect grow with advancing age. Aquarius is the sign ruled by Saturn and belongs to the air element. When the Sun, the significator of the soul, ego, power, and leadership, enters the sign of Aquarius, its energy manifests in a slightly different manner. The Sun and Saturn are considered to share a mutually adversarial relationship. Consequently, the Sun feels somewhat weakened and less at ease when positioned in Aquarius. This placement steers the individual away from a focus on personal brilliance and toward a mindset centered on the collective, specifically, society-oriented thinking. Such individuals often demonstrate a keen interest in social reform, progressive thinking, and innovation. The individual tends to be helpful to others and dedicated to working for the betterment of society. The native takes an interest in new technologies, science, research, or unconventional ideas. The native establishes strong connections with friends and various groups. They possess a heightened capacity for embracing new ideas. Although their personal ego may be subdued, they are capable of emerging as leaders within a team setting. Individuals with the Sun in Aquarius can excel in fields such as technology, engineering, social work, NGOs, research and science, politics or public service, and astrology or occult sciences. This placement guides the individual on a journey from I to we, that is, the individual gradually learns to transcend their personal ego in order to work for the benefit of society. The Sun in Aquarius steers the individual toward independent thinking, social service, and innovation. while challenges related to ego and the quest for recognition may arise. If directed constructively, this planetary placement can prove to be immensely impactful. Pisces is a water element sign, emotional, spiritual, and imaginative, ruled by Jupiter. When the Sun enters this sign, its energy becomes somewhat softer, more sensitive, and spiritual. The Sun signifies the soul, self-confidence, the father, leadership, and identity. In Pisces, it inclines an individual toward kindness, compassion, and spirituality. Such individuals are often helpful to others, imaginative, and emotional. This placement tends to make a person less ego-driven and more humble. The individual develops a deep interest in religion, meditation, yoga, and the divine. They gain the capacity to comprehend the deeper meanings of life. It endows the individual with a natural inclination to understand and alleviate the suffering of others. The native may excel as a counselor, healer, or social worker. With the Sun in Pisces, the individual possesses the potential to become a spiritual guide, healer, or advisor. The individual may engage in work related to foreign lands or the sea, such as travel, shipping, or NGOs, and develops an interest in esoteric knowledge, mysticism, and astrology. It bestows upon the individual a self-sacrificing nature toward others. The native may pursue a career in arts and creative fields, such as music, film, writing, social work, counseling, spirituality, astrology, healing, healthcare, psychology, or meditation. The Sun in Pisces renders an individual sensitive, spiritual, and creative. This placement is considered highly auspicious, provided the individual maintains emotional equilibrium and strikes a balance within their practical, everyday life. What is the influence of the Sun when positioned in each of the 12 houses of a horoscope? The first house, ascendant, of a birth chart signifies an individual's personality, physique, temperament, and the direction of their life. When the Sun occupies this position, its influence becomes exceptionally powerful, as the Sun itself is the significator of the soul and identity. The individual possesses a distinct aura, self-confidence, and leadership potential. Their face radiates a glow and charm, and their temperament reflects a strong sense of self-respect and a dominant nature. Such an individual aspires to carve out a unique identity for themselves. People naturally accord you respect. Success is attained in leadership roles. There is a strong desire to achieve something significant in life. The native possesses excellent decision-making abilities. There are indications of associating with the government, administrative bodies, or holding high-ranking positions. The native has favorable chances of attaining positions of authority. In Vedic astrology, the Sun casts its 7th aspect. This means that from the house where the Sun is situated, it casts its gaze upon the house directly opposite it, the 7th house. From the first house, the Sun's 7th aspect falls upon the 7th house. The 7th house governs marriage, one's spouse, and partnerships. Consequently, the life partner is likely to be an influential individual or possess a strong personality. The relationship is characterized by a dynamic of authority and leadership, and the partner tends to be ambitious and self-confident. In astrology, the second house is regarded as the house of wealth, speech, family, savings, sustenance, and values. Here, the sun endows the individual with the capacity to earn wealth. Gains may be derived from government-related work, administration, or leadership roles. However, there may also be excessive expenditure driven by ego or the desire to display one's status. The native speech is characterized by authority and confidence. Their words carry weight and command attention from others, though their tone may occasionally become somewhat harsh. The individual maintains a strong presence within the family unit. The father's influence tends to be particularly dominant within the household, although occasional ego clashes may arise among family members. The sun casts only a seventh aspect, meaning it directly influences the house situated exactly opposite the one in which it is positioned. Therefore, if the sun is located in the second house, its aspect will fall upon the eighth house. The eighth house is associated with longevity, mysteries, the occult, sudden events, ancestral property, inheritance, and sudden gains or losses. An aspect cast upon the eighth house introduces elements of mystery and transformation into one's life, while also fostering an interest in research and occult subjects, such as astrology. It endows the native with the capacity to comprehend hidden knowledge and brings them benefits through inheritance or insurance. In astrology, the third house is regarded as the house of valor, courage, communication, younger siblings, skills, and effort. When the sun is positioned here, this house becomes significantly active and strong. When the sun is situated in the third house, the individual tends to be brave, self-made, and a risk-taker. The individual possesses strong skills in both speaking and writing. The individual possesses a tremendous capacity for self-reliance and the ability to advance in life through their own efforts. The individual's leadership qualities begin at a modest level and gradually grow over time. Such individuals are self-made. They do not require significant inheritance or external support. The individual fears no challenge. The native is proactive and takes the lead in initiating actions. The native achieves success in fields such as writing, media, marketing, and public speaking. The native possesses the ability to influence the public. The native tends to exert dominance or leadership over their siblings. The native also frequently receives cooperation from them. The native finds success in sectors such as sales, marketing, journalism, media, the army, and the police force. The sun possesses only one aspect, the seventh aspect. From the third house, the sun's gaze falls directly upon the ninth house representing fortune, dharma, and mentors. Consequently, one's fortune is activated through one's own efforts. The native may experience ego-related conflicts with their father or mentor. The native develops a distinct and independent perspective regarding religion and spirituality. They may challenge traditional beliefs. This implies the principle that your destiny is shaped by your actions. The fourth house represents the home environment, the mother, happiness, assets, vehicles, and mental peace. When the sun is positioned here, its influence is profound and significant. Situated in the fourth house, the Sun bestows upon the individual a sense of authority and dominance within their home and family sphere. The individual tends to assume a leadership role within their own household. The relationship with the mother may, at times, be marked by minor clashes of ego. The native may experience fluctuations in their mental peace and tranquility. The individual may acquire property, land, or assets related to the government sector. The mother may possess an authoritative or strong-willed personality. The mind remains constantly active, with thoughts and ideas perpetually circulating within it. In Vedic astrology, the Sun casts its aspect upon the seventh house from its position. From the fourth house, the Sun casts its aspect upon the 10th house, which governs career and karma. Through the Sun's seventh aspect, the native gains authority, leadership opportunities, and recognition in their career. The individual may pursue a career in government, administration, or roles involving leadership. The native's bossy nature or ego-related issues may become apparent in the workplace. The native has strong potential for career growth and the attainment of high-ranking positions. In astrology, the fifth house is regarded as the house of intellect, education, love, progeny, creativity, and the merits accumulated from past lives. When the Sun is positioned here, it exerts a strong influence on these specific areas. Here, the Sun endows the individual with a sharp intellect, leadership capabilities, and self-confidence. The individual tends to be creative, intelligent, and expressive. They excel in education, particularly in fields such as management, politics, and the arts. The native remains firm in their convictions and develops a dominant mindset. The individual possesses a sharp mind and strong analytical abilities. The native is likely to achieve success in their studies and in competitive examinations. This placement grants the individual the capacity to lead others. The individual attains status and recognition within society. The individual finds success in fields such as writing, acting, music, and designing. The native's children are intelligent and talented. The native's children may earn a name for themselves in society. The Sun possesses only one aspect, the seventh aspect. Thus, from the fifth house, it casts its gaze upon the 11th house, the house of gains. The 11th house governs income, gains, friends, social networks, and the fulfillment of desires. This placement creates opportunities for the individual to secure a good income and financial gains. The native will have influential friends and a strong social network. The native possesses the capability to fulfill their desires. In astrology, the sixth house is regarded as the house of disease, debt, enemies, service, competition, and struggle. When the Sun is positioned here, it yields strong, albeit mixed, results. Here, the Sun endows the individual with the strength to triumph over enemies. The native achieves success in competitive endeavors. Since the Sun is the significator of the government, success may be attained in government jobs or administrative roles. The individual emerges as a leader in the workplace. The individual acquires the capacity to control and manage others. The Sun possesses only a seventh aspect, that is, it casts its gaze upon the house directly opposite the one in which it is situated. Therefore, if the sun is in the 6th house, its aspect will fall upon the 12th house. The 12th house is associated with expenditure, foreign lands, loss, and spiritual liberation. Consequently, the native may secure employment or opportunities abroad. The native's interest in spirituality increases. The native gains greater control over hidden enemies. The native may achieve success in fields such as the police force, the military, administration, medicine, law, litigation, government services, and competitive examinations. In the 6th house, the sun transforms the individual into a fighter, a competitor, and a victor. However, it is simultaneously essential to maintain balance in matters of health and relationships. Due to its aspect falling upon the 12th house, both expenditure and spirituality may increase. The 7th house governs marriage, partnerships, business, and public relations. When the sun is positioned here, its influence directly impacts relationships and one's social image. The sun in this position tends to foster a desire to dominate. The individual seeks to assume a leadership role within their relationships. Ego clashes may arise within the marriage. The partner, spouse, often possesses a strong personality. Since the sun is a fiery planet, it may slightly disrupt the inherently balanced nature of the 7th house. The native's spouse may be an influential figure or work in a government-related or authoritative field. The native's relationships are characterized by loyalty and mutual respect. The native is likely to cultivate a positive public image. Ego clashes may occur between the husband and wife. The native may experience issues regarding domination or control in their relationship with their partner. If the sun is weak or afflicted, there may be indications of separation or physical distance in the relationship. In Vedic astrology, the sun casts its 7th aspect, that is, it casts its gaze upon the house directly opposite to where it is positioned. If the sun is situated in the 7th house, its aspect will fall upon the 1st house, the ascendant Lagna. The sun's aspect falling upon the 1st house boosts the native's self-confidence. It endows the native with a strong and charismatic personality. It bestows leadership qualities upon the native. The native's ego and temper may become heightened. The native may exhibit a self-centered nature. The native may be prone to health issues related to body heat or blood pressure. In astrology, the 8th house is considered highly mysterious. It is known as the house governing longevity, sudden events, secrets, research, transformation, and occult sciences. When positioned here, the sun brings about profound transformations and an element of mystery in an individual's life. The individual develops an interest in hidden knowledge, the occult, and astrology. Repeated changes occurring throughout life serve to strengthen the individual. The native's inner voice, gut feeling, is quite powerful. The native may occasionally receive sudden wealth or an inheritance. It may instill in the native an interest in esoteric sciences, astrology, tantra, and research. Major, sudden changes may occur in the individual's life. The effects of karmas from past lives will have an impact on the native. In Vedic astrology, the sun possesses a 7th aspect, This means that from the 8th house, the sun directly casts its gaze upon the 2nd house, signifying wealth, family, and speech. There is an air of authority dominance in the native speech. The native acquires the capacity to assume a leadership role within the family. The native possesses a strong desire to earn wealth. There is a certain harshness or sternness in the native's manner of speaking. Ego clashes may occur within the native's family. The native experiences ups and downs in financial matters. In astrology, the 9th house is considered the house of fortune, religion, mentors, the father, higher education, travel, and ethics. When the sun is positioned here, its influence becomes highly significant. Situated in the 9th house, the sun renders the individual religious, principled, and fortunate. The individual places great value on truth and morality in their life. The influence of the native's father or mentor plays a profound role in their life. The native frequently enjoys the favor of fortune, particularly as they advance in age. The native encounters sudden, favorable opportunities in life. Even during difficult times, the native invariably receives some form of assistance. The native possesses a keen interest in religion, worship, pilgrimages, and the pursuit of knowledge. The individual possesses a sound understanding of right and wrong. Success is attained in fields such as higher studies, philosophy, law, and teaching. There are strong indications of meeting excellent mentors. The individual garners respect and prestige within society. The individual acquires the potential to become a teacher, advisor, or leader. In Vedic astrology, the sun possesses a 7th aspect, that is, it exerts its influence upon the house situated directly opposite to the one it occupies. If the sun is positioned in the 9th house, its aspect will fall upon the 3rd house. The 3rd house governs courage, communication, younger siblings, and skills. Consequently, this placement renders the individual highly courageous and self-confident. The native possesses strong communication skills. The native achieves success in fields such as writing, media, and marketing. The 10th house in astrology is considered the house of career, prestige, social reputation, and authority. The placement of the sun in this house is regarded as a very powerful position, as the sun itself is the significator of the king. The individual gains leadership qualities and authority. They attain respect, fame, and recognition within society. There is a strong likelihood of success in government or administrative sectors. The father exerts a significant influence on the native's life. This placement is often considered akin to a royal or auspicious combination. Such individuals often rise to become bosses, managers, or officers. They enjoy a successful career in government service, politics, administration, the police force, the military, or management. The native can also earn a name for themselves by establishing and running their own business. The native is self-confident, ambitious, and responsible. They tend to be very serious and dedicated regarding their work. The individual possesses the ability to exert influence over others. At times, the native's ego may also become inflated. The sun possesses only a 7th aspect, that is, it casts its gaze upon the house directly opposite to where it is positioned. If the sun is situated in the 10th house, its aspect will fall upon the 4th house. The 4th house signifies home, the mother, comfort, assets, and mental peace. Due to the sun's aspect, the individual's authority and control within the home environment increase. The native may derive benefits from property or land. The relationship with the mother may be somewhat strict or emotionally distant. The native may experience a diminished sense of mental peace. The 11th house is the house of gains. In astrology, it represents income, the fulfillment of desires, friends, social networks, and major life goals. When the sun is positioned in this house, an individual's energy becomes focused on these specific areas. The individual may derive benefits from the government sector, high-ranking positions, or positions of authority. The native's income tends to increase steadily over time. The native establishes connections with prominent and powerful individuals. The native benefits from an influential social network. The native possesses both a strong desire and the capability to achieve their life goals. There is a high probability that the individual's ambitions will be fulfilled. The individual may assume leadership roles within social groups or organizations. In Vedic astrology, the sun casts only one aspect, its 7th aspect, meaning it casts its gaze upon the house directly opposite to where it is positioned. If the sun is situated in the 11th house, it will cast its aspect upon the 5th house. The 5th house signifies intellect, education, progeny, romantic relationships, intelligence, and creativity. Due to this aspect, the native possesses a sharp intellect and a mindset geared toward leadership. The native demonstrates a keen interest in education. The native's children are likely to be successful and self-confident. The native's creative talents receive recognition. In astrology, the 12th house signifies expenses, losses, foreign lands, liberation, spirituality, solitude, hospitals, and prisons. The sun is the significator of the soul, ego, father, prestige, and leadership. When the sun enters the 12th house, its energy turns inward. The individual develops an inclination toward meditation, yoga, and the pursuit of liberation. The individual is driven by a quest for inner peace and self-realization. The individual may derive benefits from working, settling, or traveling abroad. The individual establishes strong connections with multinational corporations (MNCs), the import-export sector, or foreign entities. The native excels in fields such as research, investigation, spirituality, and healing. The native possesses a deep desire to work for the benefit of others. They may run NGOs or engage in charitable activities. The sun casts a 7th aspect, that is, it casts its gaze upon the house situated 7 places away from the house it occupies. From the 12th house, the sun's aspect falls upon the 6th house. The 6th house signifies enemies, debts, diseases, and competition. When the sun's 7th aspect falls upon the 6th house, the native gains victory over enemies, achieves success in competitive examinations, overcomes problems through sheer willpower, and develops a strong capacity to combat diseases.